Okay, in this video we're going to be learning about curtain walls in Revit. So in Revit we have three different kinds of materials that make up the curtain wall. So we have the panels, and then we have the grids and the mullions. So right over here, this particular curtain wall, this last two curtain walls, they're just a single panel curtain wall. And then if you look at the curtain wall that's at the front, this curtain wall consists of panels and grids. If I zoom in closer, you can see that there's some grids, but there are no external material there. And then you have the curtain wall that consists of panels, grids, and mullions. If I zoom in, you can see the mullions right over there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to learn how we can make our own curtain wall. So for that, we're just going to select this particular curtain wall right over here, and just the way we did it for the regular walls, we're going to do the same. We're going to go to the edit type. Here we're going to duplicate it. Here I'm calling it curtain wall interior. Okay, let's just call it curtain wall interior. Okay, now we have named it. Now we can see the type parameters. In the type parameters, we have all the parameters that make up a typical curtain wall. So at first, the function, since we're making an interior curtain wall, we'll choose interior instead of exterior. There you go. For automatically embedded, this means if I turn on this option, whenever I'm placing a curtain wall within another kind of a wall or enclosure of a building, then it's going to automatically embed itself on that. Okay, and then we have the curtain wall panel. So it says none, but we're going to choose a panel. So when you get to choose a panel, you can see all the other brick options, the wall options as well, the basic wall options here, because curtain wall typically is actually a wall itself, so we can see all of the walls. But that's not what we want. We want system panel glazed, so this is what we're going to go with. And then join condition not defined. We're going to say vertical grid continuous. Right, that means the vertical grids will be continuous and the horizontal grids are going to break up wherever there is a vertical grid. Okay, and then for the vertical grids, the layout, instead of none, we're going to go with fixed distance, and let's say the distance is going to be every 10 feet. And for the horizontal grid, instead of distance, let's go with a fixed number. You can see that we cannot define the number here. We can only give the spacing. So we can define the number on the instance parameters that we can do from the properties palette. We'll see it once we're done with this window. Okay, so we have the horizontal grid as a fixed number, and then for mullions, we're going to select some mullions. So these are going to be materials. So let's say we'll go with rectangular mullions. Let's say 1 inch square, both sides square. Okay, so border one. So for the border one type, let's go with the rectangular mullion, a different one. For the border two, let's do the same thing here. And then for the horizontal mullions, we're going to do the same orientation. So we have rectangle mullion 1 inch squared, and then for this we have this and this. Okay, then identity data, the IFC parameters, those are really not necessary for our modeling purposes here. So yeah, once we're done with it, I'm just going to click on OK, and you can see the model has now updated. Okay, you can see the horizontal and the verticals as well. Since I said that the vertical mullions will go through, you can see that the vertical mullions are going through and the horizontals are breaking wherever there's a vertical mullion. All right, now for the number of the mullions, if you go to the properties palette, if you look at the properties palette, and if you come to the vertical grid, you can see that the number, you cannot edit the number because the vertical grid, we choose the vertical grid to be with fixed distances. Right, so we cannot control the number here, but for the horizontal grids, we chose numbering for the horizontal grids instead of distances, so we can change the numbering here for every single instance. So here I'm going to say the number of the grids are going to be 5. There you go. And there you go, it has changed. So to change something, once you have entered a different value in the properties palette, what you can do is, let's say if I want to go back to 4, you can either click on the apply button or move your mouse on the work surface and it will be applied. Okay, so we have horizontal grids by number of 4s. All right, so this is how you can define your curtain walls. You can create your new curtain walls and how the curtain walls are generated, how they work. Other than that, we can also manually do the mullions and the grids as well. Okay, Okay, so for doing that, what we can do, okay, so for doing that, what we can do is you can see in the architectural tab in the build panel, you can see that we have curtain systems, we have curtain grid and mullion. If you select curtain grid, the contextual tab will open up. You can see all segments, one segment, and all except picked. If you go with the all segments and move your mouse around here, you can see it is showing up a possible vertical grid line. Now if we, let's say I want one here and then do a mouse click, you can see that the grid line has been placed there. So randomly I can place a few more grids like that. And then if I want to go with one segment, you can see that since this is only one single panel vertically right now, it's just showing it all the way through. But if I were to do it horizontally, since we now have vertical grid lines, you can see that it's just showing one segment. If I move to another segment, it's showing the other segment. But if I choose all segments and put it on the horizontal side, you can see that it's going through all of the segments for the horizontal grid lines. If I click on it, you can see that I have placed the horizontal grid line. And then you have the all except picked. So for that, let me just put another one here. Okay, now we're going to look at the all except picked. So if you choose the all except picked, what happens is, first you choose a place to place your grid line. There you go. Now you have to click again on this red line. So the dotted line is not going to have a grid line. So the filled red line is going to have new grids added to it once I hit the enter, and the dotted line is not going to have a grid. So I'm hitting enter. You can see that's how you use the accept one. Now again, if we go to the architectural tab, and now we have learned how we can add grids manually like that. You can do the same for the mullions. Once you select the mullions, you have grid line segment, and all grid lines. So for grid lines, mullions can only be placed on grid lines. So you choose a grid line. There you go. And if you click on it, you can see that the mullion has been applied to this entirety of the grid line. Now if you choose grid line segments, then when you hover over the segment, you can see that the segment is being highlighted. And once we place, let's say, one mullion on this grid line, click it, and this grid line segment will now have a mullion. Now if you want every single grid line to have a mullion, you'll just go with the all grids option, select wherever you like, and do a mouse click, and mullions are now applied to all of the grid lines. So this is how you can also manually add in your grid lines and mullions. Other than that, once you have applied those, there are a kind of dimension in Revit which we call temporary dimensions. You can use the temporary dimensions to move the mullions and the grid lines around. So for example, if I select this mullion, okay, all right, let's delete the mullion. Okay, select the grid line. There you go. First we're going to use, you can see you have 24 feet here, 25 feet on the other side. So these are temporary dimensions. If I change this temporary dimension and say here it's going to be 20 feet, hit enter, you can see that the grid line has now moved. So since mullions are materials, we cannot move them, but you can move the grid line the mullions are on. Once you move the grid lines and have adjusted the grid line positions, you're happy with it, then you can apply the mullions on the grid lines. Okay, so you can use the temporary dimensions to move them around as well, if you're doing it manually. All right, so this is all on our lecture of curtain walls. So this is it. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you got to learn something new.